All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, always featuring our real estate listings live on air. And I also want to thank one of our sponsors as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick shout out to our friends over at Patriot Mobile. Reach out to Patriot Mobile if you're thinking about changing carriers. PatriotMobile.com, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. PatriotMobile.com/consumer QB. And that's where you can get hooked up with those great folks over at Patriot Mobile. We got Bruce Woodburn in studio, the Lone Arranger, coming up here in just a minute. Yes, sir. WeBringYouHome.com is his site. Before we do, we like to feature our listings. So a couple of hot listings here. We've got a property listing at 501 Haben Boulevard. This is number 803, 8th floor condo here. Beautiful views overlooking the Gulf of Mexico and the marina there. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, flexible office space as well. Could be utilized as a 3rd bedroom. 1,543 square feet. 501 Haben Boulevard, unit number 803 in Palmetto, Florida. That's Manatee County. Beautiful property. Hurricane impact windows. And I love the view from that balcony from the 8th story. Great opportunity for a condo there in Palmetto. 7300 Southwind Drive in Hudson, Pasco County, another beautiful listing of ours. We've got about 60 current listings, residential, vacant land, and commercial properties listed by our team. 7300 Southwind Drive in Hudson. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,726 square foot home. You got a beautiful, perfect blend here of comfort and luxury in a tranquil setting. This is a double lot home, 18 by 30 foot pool, large pool. And what I love about this community, it's the Sea Pines community. It's canal community of Sea Pines. You have access to the Gulf of Mexico via the Community Association boat ramp. 7300 Southwind Drive, Hudson, Florida. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. All right, Bruce Woodburn in studio. Welcome in,
Good
sir.
to be here with you, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep. Good to have you in, and tell us what you're seeing out there. You're a top mortgage loan originator in the state of Florida here, the Lone Arranger in the house.
That's it. Yeah, I've gone by the Lone Arranger for 25 years. Also the host of 3 different radio shows that we broadcast throughout the state of Florida. And it's just an honor to be a guest on your show today.
Awesome,
A lot
brother.
of fun. You do such a great job helping people find homes and list their homes. And I had an opportunity to hang out with your team earlier today and meet your wife. And what just a great operation. If you are looking to buy or sell a house, you got the right guy right here ready to help you. So
thanks, buddy.
What a great team. So, it's really interesting because if we ask people right now, what's keeping you from buying a home?
Yeah.
Right? What is the number one thing that's keeping you from buying a home?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody comes back with the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all concerned about interest rates.
Right.
That interest rates are high or higher. So, rather than throwing something out like, well, yeah, but they're actually at a 40-year average right now. People don't care. They're still feeling the pain.
Yeah.
They're still feeling inflation right now. Affordability is at its all-time low since 1989 right now. So it's real. This inflation is real. But we have to put things in perspective because there's always an opportunity in any market, right? There's always an opportunity.
Right.
So I go back and I look at some of the mistakes I made in real estate. So do you remember the crash back in 2008?
Yep.
Right? So people weren't buying homes. The average person didn't buy homes. Do you know who was buying homes during that time frame?
Yeah, the people that had money, a lot of the hedge funds, a
Right.
lot of the
Investors.
institutional. Yep.
Why? Because they were not emotional about it.
Right.
But the average person was in fear of the market.
Yep.
But can you imagine how much money you would have made if you bought a home
Yep.
during that time frame? You would have quadrupled your money, probably more.
Yep.
Well, look it. Today is not that much different.
Right.
Interest rates are a little higher than they were back then, but we're not in as bad of a recession or depression as we were then.
Right.
But the market is still improving, but it's as flat as it's going to get. It's not going to go backwards. So if you're thinking about buying a home and you're saying, you know what, I'm just going to wait till interest rates drop and then I'm going to jump in. Well, let's just put that in perspective.
Yeah.
Right now, rates are up. Everybody knows it. Inflation, eating away at your family budget every month.
Yep.
Right? Everybody feels inflation. They heard about it before, but they didn't feel it for the last 2 years. Now you're really feeling it. So inflation means that things are costing more money. So housing prices aren't going to drop because there's not enough inventory.
Right.
And inflation. Well, you think it costs a builder more money to build a house today? Of course it does.
Yep, of course, yeah.
Of course, they're paying more for their products, more for labor. So the housing prices have to continue to rise. And with the shortage of inventory, you would think that people were jumping into the market. But 7 to 8 out of 10 people are reluctant because they're afraid of the interest rate. So here's my advice to you. Don't be afraid of it. I know it's not great. I know it's not what you want, but it will get better. But if you wait for interest rates to drop to 5.5%, so many people are going to jump in the market
Right.
that are sitting on the sidelines. You better have 25% to put down. You better be willing to pay over ask price. Right now, we can do 2-1 buy downs. Sellers are paying closing costs. You can negotiate. I'm getting roofs put on homes. I mean, there's all kinds of things that sellers are willing to do because they're a little afraid right now because they think because the inventory's down, there should be 20 people knocking on their door. But there's not.
Yep.
There's only 1 or 2.
You know what it reminds me of, Bruce, and if you just joined us, we're talking with Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's with Crosscountry Mortgage. What it also reminds me of is a similar conversation I have to sellers. I focus on the listing side. We got about 60 current listings. When you're in real estate, listings drive all your business, buyers and loans, and of course everything title. When you think about talking to a seller right now, and you bring up the question of, well, a lot of the sellers are like, well, I'm just going to wait till the holidays are past. It's a similar concept, right?
Sure it is.
No, you don't want to wait until the holidays pass, because if you wait till January, everybody and their brother is going to be listing, because a lot of people are in that mindset. I'm going to wait till but there's a lot of reasons why you want to get it on the market this time of year. So you have tax implications. You've got people that are moving from out of state still.
Sure.
You've got job transfers, school transfers. The tax implications are huge as well.
I think you're right, though. They don't want people going through their house during the holidays. I think that's primarily why they go, I'm going to hold off.
Yep.
But if most people say the same thing and think the same way, doesn't that open the market up for you to stand above all the rest?
That's right.
I mean, that's actually a huge opportunity. And your houses are safe when you hire a real estate professional to walk a client through your house is safe.
Right.
I mean, we don't hear about people getting robbed from people during the holidays. I've never even heard that happen.
Right.
I'm sure it may have happened, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I think you're right, though. But right now, I don't want to see people missing out on an opportunity. This is my insider trading for you. This is my stock tip for you. Don't wait. Buy now. You're going to refinance later. If you want to entertain a buy down or a 2-1 buy down, those are seller funded buy downs. So just to give you an example, if today's rate was 7.5, you'll get a 5.5% interest rate for the first year. The second year is 6%. Then it goes to the prevailing rate that it is that you locked it in at today. So 7.5%. But that gives you 2 years at a lower rate. And on a $450 house, that's about $550 less in payment per month for the first year and about $290 the second year. So if you can live with that, what do you think's going to happen after the 2 years run out?
Yeah, still affordable, and the rates are going to drop.
The rates are dropping, and then it's the time for a refi, right?
Yeah.
So, and with Cross-Country Mortgage, we don't charge any lender fees when you come to us to refinance. So it's a real win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And it's, you look at the stats here too. You had mentioned to it, according to the latest Bureau of Labor statistics, consumer prices rose 9.1% from June of 2021, June 2022, the highest rate since 1981. So people are feeling the squeeze in a lot of different places. But on the real estate side, on the mortgage side, you really don't have to. There's a lot of ways you can get down payment assistance money. There's realtors that can contribute money to help you. Sellers are willing to work with you now.
Sellers are willing to, yep. Absolutely. There's all kinds of ways that you can negotiate right now, and that's actually probably the most important thing is that you have an opportunity to negotiate. Once interest rates drop, the rest of those 8 out of 10 people are going to jump in the market and you will have no negotiation whatsoever. Buy your home now, negotiate it. And here's the thing. I think negotiating closing costs or a buy down will be more effective than reducing the price. You think about that.
Yeah.
You on a 450 house, you reduce the price by 3%, $13,500. You only are out of pocket. It only saved you $1,000 out of pocket and less than $100 a month.
Yeah.
Where you use that for closing costs, that's $13,500 out of pocket that you don't have to spend.
Yeah.
And again, we entertain those buy downs. So that's one thing that I think matter of fact, I'm super passionate about that. Now, 1 in 6 buyers today are investors. So investors oftentimes need special programs. Some of them, you may be self-employed, you're driving around in your fancy F-150, you make some money, but you just don't like paying Uncle Sam so much, right?
Yep.
So, you got decent credit, money in the bank, but you want to buy a property. Well, I've got programs you can leave your doggone tax returns at home. Don't even bring them to me. Banks will laugh at you if you bring them to it.
Right.
Right? Because I know they made $250,000, $300,000 a year, and they're showing that they made $25,000. These people that are listening to us right now think I'm talking to them because I am.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something. Leave the tax returns at home. Bring me your last 12 bank statements.
There you go.
I'll analyze your bank statements. I'll add up all the deposits, and I'll use 50% of those deposits as income.
Nice.
Then you got investors that want to buy, but they don't show the income, and we have DSCR programs. You know what a DSCR
Debt service coverage ratio.
Right, that's right. So all we're doing is using the rent on the property to qualify for the home.
Yeah.
You don't even show income on the application. It's a great program.
Yeah, I like it because it's common sense loans too. Those make a lot of sense. I tell you who can be a big winner right now too, Bruce, is people that have been renting for 5, 10, 15 years. These people that said, I'm on the sideline and they keep hearing about how the rates are high. I guarantee you, if you still take a look at what you can rent versus own in Tampa Bay, in Orlando,
Absolutely.
and all these different markets, you're still going to come out a winner because now you're going to be building equity. You're going to have tax write-offs. You're going to have that much more of a sense of self-worth by owning a property. So why don't you do this? Why don't you text the word rent to our hotline? Just pull out your smartphone. If you know of somebody that's renting, or maybe perhaps yourself, 727-263-3707. Just text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying, and we'll put together a rent versus own analysis. It's going to break down what you could be paying or what you could be owning for versus what you're renting. So 727-263-3707 or consumerqb.com. Just submit the email form online at consumerqb.com or text the word rent to our hotline. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back more with Bruce Woodburn here in studio, the loan arranger in the house. And I want to talk a little bit about the Biden administration. They're warning banks now and financial institutions that they can't reject illegal immigrants' credit applications. We're going to bring that story to you more and more with Bruce here on the flip side. Stay with us here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. They offer the very best nationwide coverage on 4G and 5G LTE networks and exceptional 100% US-based customer support. Patriot Mobile offers discounts for veterans and first responders, NRA members, and families with multiple lines. Learn more at patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. That's patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach out at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. And we'd be happy to tell you more about Patriot Mobile. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, featuring our listings live on air. It's our strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money. 9749 Little Blue Stem Drive, another one of our hot listings here. This one is a beautiful two-story property, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2334 square feet. Got a fenced-in backyard. This is in the highly coveted Connerton community, where you have two pools on site, 1 lap pool, a splash pad, and you also have miles of trail, on-site elementary school at 9749 Little Blue Stem Drive, Lando Lakes, Florida. Great opportunity to own real estate here, and the owner is motivated there as well. We got a commercial property at 17805 US 192. This one's outside of Orlando in Claremont. You have a Denny's that's up front. So you're rented out to a national tenant called Denny's restaurant, and you also have office space, 11,000 square feet of office space in the back there as well. You can see all of our listings at platinumcoastaleelite.com.
This is God's country.
And a quick shout out to our friends over at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Heights Soft Wash. Say hello to Ramin Kazami. He's a great guy. He does a wonderful job cleaning our real estate properties. HeightsSoftWash.com. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. We got Bruce Woodburn in studio, Crosscountry Mortgage. He's the loan arranger. WeBringYouHome.com is his website. WeBringYouHome is his website. And I have an article I wanted to read here. And just talk a bit about the Biden article. Here we go. So he's saying that he's warning banks and financial institutions they can't reject illegal immigrants' credit applications. Wait, illegal immigrants' credit applications based solely...
Did you say illegal immigrants?
Right. Illegal. Right. Yeah, okay. Can't. So predominantly. So anyways, DOJ, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, saying that, of course, it's illegal to reject them on credit cards, various types of loans, et cetera, because they're non-citizens. It's unlawful, et cetera, et cetera. But, it's an interesting place, right? I mean,
it's an interesting times. It's a little frightening, but so here's the reality of it is that a lender can't reject anyone from applying.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to apply for a mortgage, even if they said, I'm in foreclosure right now, and I know that loan won't fly, I cannot refuse to take an application. Lenders aren't supposed to do that.
Okay.
So we're there to guide people because I don't want to waste somebody's time. And certainly my time is valuable. But if somebody insists, then you have to take the application. Now, I don't like the whole idea of us catering and spending our hard-earned tax dollars on people that have illegal in the title of their description.
Right.
However, I will tell you I closed a DACA transaction last month, and I was a little leery of the whole thing, but I met this young girl. DACA means that her parents came over. She was born here, but no documents.
Right.
No
Dreamer,
documents
they
at
call
all.
it Dreamer too, right?
Yep, they were dreamers, right? So she's a nurse, and she'd been on her job for like 3 or 4 years. So I was able to document her 2-year income, and we closed the transaction. And she's a productive person in society.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And of course, we want productive people in society. But I will tell you, I'm an immigrant of this country. I was not born in the United States, but I also didn't cross a river to get here illegally or jump a fence.
Right.
So, I mean, I came over legally. I worked. I had a green card, and then I became a naturalized citizen.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yeah.
Now, I have lived here since I was a year old.
Yep.
I was a year and a half old when my parents came here. But I did not get my citizenship till 2008. And I'm going to tell you something. it brought tears to my eyes.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is the greatest country in the world.
Yes.
So I hate to see people like Biden doing things to destroy this country.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, it's not a political show, and I don't like to make it political. I got great Democrat friends. The fact of the matter is I don't think this man's got an eye on the ball.
Right.
And I think that's causing our high inflation. There's no control over the Fed. The Fed could likely have 2 more Fed hikes here, and they're in denial of unemployment rate. They're in
Yep.
denial of inflation, and it's just not under control. So we need some new leadership.
That's true.
To be able to take over and get us going in the right direction. Doesn't mean the Republicans all have it together either, though,
No.
right now.
No.
There's some stuff going on over there. So It's a world gone mad.
Yeah, it's the 3 I's. It's the world right now, the 3 I's: inflation, immigration, illegal immigration, and incompetence. And unfortunately, we have a lot of incompetence on both sides of the aisle. And of course, the rhinos, have plenty to blame there, too. But if you just joined us, we're talking with Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, talking real estate. He's with Crosscountry Mortgage. His website is webringyouhome.com. And, of course, make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. We got some great programs out there, too. And, there's a lot of ways that people can win today.
Absolutely.
There's investors. We talked about the renter side. Where will the rates go? I mean, that's another interesting
right now,
thing to debate.
I believe that the Fed's going to hold off on the rate at the end of this month. I don't think they're going to. I first thought they were, but I think they're going to hold off. But there's another one in December. I think, and we've got Michelle Bowen with the Fed that's calling for 2 more rate hikes. But yet we have 5 to 7 of the 12 voting members that are saying, let's just hold off for a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of controversy involved in that. But you're right. There's opportunities for people. I've still got down payment assistance programs for people.
Yeah.
Did you know that in September, 1 in 3 mortgage transactions were a cash out refi?
Wow.
Now, does that make that so surprised me?
Yeah, it
because
is.
you think about everybody has a 3%, 4% interest rate. What are you cashing out for?
Yeah.
Here's why. They overspent during COVID.
Yep.
They're gotten used to their credit cards. They're over their head, and we're consolidating.
Student loans, maybe some student loans.
Student loans, car
because they
payments.
just came back. Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons that, and if you want a home equity line, you can go to my website at webringyouhome.com. If you want to purchase or refinance, go to webringyouhome.com. Super click. My HELOC, my home equity, 5 minutes to apply, 5 days to close.
Wow.
And it's fixed rate.
That's pretty cool.
So there's all kinds of opportunities, whether you're a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer. Your move-up buyers are another people that are sitting on the fence because
Yeah.
they got a 3% interest rate
Yep.
and they don't want to go to a 7.5. Here's my suggestion. Keep the house, put 5% down, and wait for the rates to drop. I know we got to take a break there.
Yeah, quick. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. It really does. The inventory is still low, and that's what's keeping us where we're at without any crazy moves in pricing. So you still have about an 80% absorption rate in Tampa Bay, Hillsborough,
Yep.
Pinellas, Pasco,
Yep.
about a 1.2 month supply of inventory. So it's still a good time to get out there. We want you working local here, working with the local lender, Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger, working with the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, and all of our 50-plus show partners associated with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Bruce, thanks for coming in, man. Good stuff.
You are very welcome. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to having you on my show.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Look forward to that. All right. Hey, another great show. We had Pinellas County property appraiser Mike Twitty on the program today. Bruce Woodburn, of course, the loan arranger. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And make sure you stop by his website as well. webringyouhome.com, consumerqb.com. And if you're looking at real estate, platinumcoastalelite.com. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Run.